Okay. Okay. Hi, good morning. My name is Michelle. It's about 5 a.m. here. This is Bruno and this is Abby. Welcome back to our channel. Today we have a special guest, Bruno. He may not be appropriate when we're having this conversation because he's used to doing what he wants to do. So he is here with me for the full 4-day weekend. And we're going to be working on quite a few things with his behavior. So I'm going to bring you along with our journey, and I will show you how we can get this dog from doing quite a few inappropriate behaviors to hopefully reducing that over a 4-day weekend. So I'm just going to videotape what's happening and explain along the way, and I hope this helps you guys with your challenges. So first thing, he is bidding for my attention right now. He's not used to being ignored. So I'm just gonna ignore him until he relaxes. Abby already knows kind of what to do, so I'm just gonna give him the opportunity to relax and chill, and then we can get out and start our day. Abby kind of knows the drill. Bruno is kind of new to this, so we'll see what happens when I open this crate. Oops. All right, he tried to charge the crate. Let's give him some time. Good boy. So this is first thing in the morning. None of these dogs have been released to go to the bathroom yet. We are trying to establish a system of order before we start anything. There needs to be control and organization and structure when we leave the crate, because it starts the day off on a positive note, knowing that, okay, we can't just do whatever we want. There are rules that we need to follow so that everybody is well behaved. So I use this technique to build impulse control at the crate so he doesn't charge the door. Additionally, I use this technique when accessing any door, front doors especially. If you live in a house where you're close to a street or a driveway, it's really important that your dogs do not barge out without waiting. So Bruno has a habit of doing whatever he wants. So I'm not letting him charge the crate. We're going to practice here until I can reach in, unclip him, and clip him without him charging the crate. So Bruno is not a puppy. He's still a young dog, but he's not a puppy. Abby, okay. Good girl. Good morning, Abby. Good girl. Abby, kennel. Yes, good girl. Bruno, okay. So you can see Bruno is very excited. That's why I clipped him before we left the crate, because this dog does what he wants. I have to teach him over time what I need from him. And right now that is not playing. That's why I put the leash on him before we left the crate. All right, I'm going to take you along with this journey here. Basically, all the fun things that Bruno loves, he does not get access to unless he is behaving well. So, Bruno is on leash. I'm going to put Abby on leash, and we're going to go to the dog park to get some energy out while there's no one there, and so that he can be more productive through the day. Same thing as usual. These dogs are not allowed to pull me anywhere. Right now, they're kind of excited. So I'm going to have them sit while I lock the door. Hey, Bruno, sit. Good boy. Good boy, Bruno. Abby, sit. Yes, good girl. Stay. Good dogs. All right, this is a work in progress, guys. So as long as they're not pulling me, we can continue to walk. But they are being kind of obnoxious, so they're excited. And it's first thing in the morning. But that's why I intend to bring them directly to the dog park so that they can get some squirrels out, especially Bruno. He's pretty squirrely. Bruno. No. Good girl. Good boys. All right. Oops. So, same rules. You're not allowed to pull me. Bruno is walking ahead of me. Oops. That's okay, kind of in my book, but as soon as he starts to pull, it's not okay. Come on. So I'm just going to do some quick turns in the hallway. Bruno's on a flat lead. Abby is on her slip lead. Oops, he's pulling me. Good boy. Let's go. Good. Good dogs. Oops. So Bruno specifically is testing to see what he can get away with here. He likes to pull, he likes to sniff. We're gonna go outside and he's gonna want to sniff this bush and I'm gonna have to tell him no. Good dogs. Oh, let's go. I just pulled him away from the bush and we continued with our walk. Good. Good boy. Good boy, Bruno. Good boy, Bruno. Bruno, sit. Abby, wait. Okay, Bruno is very reactive to bikes. I see a bike coming. He turned. He saw it. Good boy, Bruno. I'm just going to give him a good praise for that. Uh-oh. Let's go. Okay, so what happened there? Bruno wanted to sniff that grass. I didn't release him to sniff that grass, so we went in the opposite direction. Let's go. Good boy. Good boy, Bruno. Good boy. Sit. Good boy. Abby, sit. Good girl. Good boy, Bruno. Good girl, Abby. Good dogs. Okay, inside. Okay, so I brought them here so that they can run and play. I am specifically leaving Bruno on leash because he has developed a wonderful habit of run away when people are trying to get a hold of him. So his leash is going to stay on him at all times under my supervision until we are working directly with a recall without a leash. So we're going to observe them here. Bruno has a little bit of a reactivity thing going on. He likes to bark at people, bikes, other dogs when he's in this environment specifically, but also when he's on leash. So I'm just going to show you guys what he does. And then I'm going to show you guys how I'm going to train it to stop this behavior. I'm going to train him to stop his reactivity. I specifically came here first thing in the morning, very early, so that there'll be less people so I don't overwhelm him. And we're here with Abby right now so that they can play and get some of that quick energy out before I really start working with his behaviors. So I'm going to set up the camera and let you guys observe. There's a person walking by. Normally this would trigger Bruno to react. Good boy. Yes, good boy. Oh my goodness. Good boy. He's kind of just doing what he knows that I expect from him. We've been at this dog park before. I've been here with his mom where he is completely out of control. And some days he's pretty good, some days he isn't. So we're just going to take it day by day, meet the dog where they're at. Right now he's showing me he can do the basic things like be in this park with good boy, yes, without reacting. So you saw him engage with a trigger there. You saw a man coming out where he would normally react. He looked at the man and then he looked back at me. I marked that behavior with a yes and I gave him a treat. And that's kind of how we're going to do it. We're going to stay here, let things happen, and I'm going to observe him, see when he is about to have a trigger, how about to react. If he doesn't react and chooses to look at me instead, then we'll move forward. If he does react, then we'll interrupt. But what am I doing? So we have 4 days together. All of his food is in my treat pouches. All of the food he is going to get throughout the 4 days, he will be hand fed by me for performing a desired behavior. Whether that's just being calm, waiting in the crate, sitting, showing impulse control, all of these things he's going to learn to do and he's going to earn his food. Additionally, any play, any access to fun areas, access to Abby, all of that has to be earned by Bruno. This teaches him that, oh, okay, there are expectations to live freely and happily in this world. Um, right now, they are kind of, relaxed. So I'm going to, hopefully, they'll play around a little bit. And he's being really good. So I might go through a few behaviors with him. His mom has been working very, very diligently with some trainers over the last 2, 3 months. So you saw that he has some basic behavior skills. He's able to sit and wait at the door. He basically has already been taught to walk on leash. So that was not something that I had to teach him. I just have to remind him of the rules and establish that criteria and hold him accountable. He did really well this morning. He walked here. He responded to my quick turns before he was pulling me. As soon as I made a correction, as far as allowing him to correct himself, like when he charged to that patch of grass, I just made a quick turn. I didn't correct him. I just turned around. He's not paying attention to me, so he gets um, a quick turnaround. Now I'm walking in the opposite direction. So he learns very, very quickly. I'm just hoping they play a little bit, get some energy out. Once they get some energy out, both of them use the restroom, they're feeling good. I'm going to work with Bruno individually through some of his behaviors. Right now, he's reading pretty good. He's not overreacting at the dog park. He's not barking at anything. So if he does, I will show you what I do for that. But in the meantime, let's just watch him play. Good boy. Okay, so Bruno has a little bit of some reactivity stuff going on, as you saw in maybe a clip earlier. When one of the dogs who we were hanging out with wonderfully was leaving the dog park, he did have a reactivity episode. He was barking at the dog. I don't know exactly what causes that. It could be fear, but he was in here with that dog. It could just be frustration that he didn't want that dog to leave. Whatever it was, it doesn't matter. It's that the behavior is unacceptable, so we have to teach him something else and stop that behavior from happening. So, Bruno, come. Yes, good boy. Sit. Stay. Yes. Oops. Okay. Stay. So I marked that negative, not negative. I marked that incorrect behavior with the oops. I put him right back in the position, and I'm going to make this a little easier for him. Bruno, come. Yes. collar grab into the sit. And so when your dog has a reactivity issue going on, it's important to understand their triggers. What causes them to react? Once you have an idea of what their tolerance is, their specific triggers, you can kind of work around them. One, you want to manage how exposed or how stimulated they are. You really want to emphasize calm, relaxed behavior. And then you want to make sure that the dog isn't getting to that threshold point and pushed over that all the time. You want to kind of bring him at the threshold point, reward him for calm behavior, and gradually increase the distance, I should say, decrease the distance to that stimulus until he can reliably provide calm behavior regardless of what's going on. There's a group of dogs that he usually doesn't like. I'm going to have to interrupt him. Bruno, come. Yes, good boy. Sit. Okay. Okay, Bruno. Leave it. Good boy. Yes. Come. Sit. So we're going to do an exercise here. It's called engage and disengage. Bruno sees a dog that he's used to reacting to, and I'm just waiting for him to look at me. I'm going to encourage him with some noises. Yes. I want him to know. Yes, good boy. Yes. Good boy, Bruno. Okay, come. Sit. Yes. He's engaging and then disengaging. And that's all I want to see. He's unleashed, so I know everybody's safe here.
So here is where things go south. Bruno is doing extremely well in this situation, and he's continuing to pay attention to me and ignore the dog, but at some point this dog pushes him too far and he flips.
All right, too much.
So it takes a really long time for this owner to get his little dog on leash. Do I think the dog overstepped his bounds with Bruno? Yes. But this is an extreme reaction for a dog being rude. Bruno is very large and it takes him a really long time to calm down, even if he's not additionally provoked. He's still being very reactive, so I decide to move him behind this toy in the middle of the place so that he doesn't have direct eyesight between the dog. And hopefully, this guy takes his dogs out of here quickly so that we can have Bruno calm down. But it does take a while, even behind this block of red toy. He's still pretty reactive. So he is not happy about the whole situation and he is very determined to get this dog out of here.
Yes, good boy. Good boy. Okay.
Here we see it again. I release him and he pushes to charge.
Good boy.
He hits the end of the leash and it acts as a correction and he's able to come back and focus.
Bruno. All right, so now you saw that firsthand. This is why I love bringing in distractions, but when you have a reactive dog, I messed up there. I should have made sure that that dog would not have approached Bruno aggressively. He overstimulated Bruno, and his owner was able to get him back on leash, but Bruno was already in a kind of react mode. The dog came at Bruno. Bruno was doing super well at first, but the owner was not able to get his dog under control quick enough, so Bruno was not able to control his energy after being pushed too far. This dog is not generally an aggressive dog. He is very sweet, very kind. He is an intact adult male, and he's a large dog. So Bruno, I like to say, Bruno, listen, Bruno is one of those dogs that if you come in his face, F around and find out. And that's what we are trying to make him more tolerant. He will never probably be a dog that will be tolerant of a dog coming into his space and being aggressive towards him. But I want to make sure that Bruno never initiates it. He is reliable and calm in front of other dogs, regardless of their gender. But that other dog did push his boundaries, and I had to hold Bruno back. So that was that session. We're going to continue to do this, see if he can calm down and if I can reinforce this type of behavior. There's another dog that's coming up that he usually reacts to. So we'll see if I can keep him calm while this other dog comes. Come on. Sit. Good boy.
So the dog that just approached the gate is not a nice dog. This specific dog attacked Abby unprovoked, so I know this dog is not nice. Watch what happens here. Bruno is fixated on this dog. I can already tell he's going to react, so I'm trying to prevent it. I'm trying to bring him back, and as soon as I put my hand on his collar, he loses it. This taught me something very, very, very important with this dog. We have a conditioned response to leash and collar pressure, either from a flat collar or a prong collar, which intensifies the reactivity.
Leave it, Bruno. Leave it. Leave it. Come on. Yes, good boy. What's the matter here? All right. So I just learned something about Bruno. He was able to control himself until I grabbed his collar. Then he lost it. So the trigger right now is the collar. That does not help the situation. So as you can see, we have some work to do, but he did really good all morning until he got overstimulated with that other dog. And now he's in already a heightened position. So I don't think we're going to make any more positive progress here. I would love to end on a positive note, but I just don't think it's going to happen. So we're going to call it a day, maybe do a few more behaviors that I know he can be successful with because he is hyper-focused right now. Yes, good boy. I'm going to reward him for paying attention to me, even though he's already pissed. There's another set of dogs coming, so we're going to try to get out of here as soon as possible. But we're going to see if we can get out of here without flipping out at these dogs, and we'll show you how we get home safely. Yes, good boy. We're trying to play the game, engage and disengage. We saw where his threshold was. If a dog is at him, he has no chill. If a dog that he's already had a negative experience with is in the picture, he has no chill. These two dogs that are coming are two female dogs, older dogs, but I don't trust Bruno right now to act responsibly because he's already reacted poorly to two dogs that have been here. Yes, so he was looking at them, then he decided to look at me. That's what I want from Bruno right now. He's looking at them. I'm just going to wait till he looks at me. And if he does, he gets paid. If he doesn't, or he charges, I stop him with the leash. Good boy, Bruno. Good boy. Yes, good boy. Good boy. Good boy. All right. Those dogs are gone. Let's see if we can get Bruno home and we can talk about what the heck just happened and how we're going to try to move forward with these type of behaviors. Okay, y'all, let's talk about what just happened at the dog park and our way forward. So I showed you guys Bruno's reactivity problem. It's very specific to certain things that triggered him, like bikes, certain people, usually large males, and dogs, specifically dogs that he've had negative encounters with. That one dog that he really flipped out with at the end, I know is a very not nice dog. He unprovoked attacked Abby every time he interacts with any dog. it's not a good thing, and the owners don't seem to think there's a problem. So it makes me think that this reactivity problem is a condition slash fear-based reactivity problem. So he doesn't like these dogs. He knows that something's gonna scare him. And then when we see these dogs, there's pain or pressure on his neck, and now he's mad because the dog's coming closer and he has more pressure on his neck, so he gets more mad, and the only thing that gets that dog to go away is him reacting. So this is a big revelation. We know what's causing it. We know his triggers, and we know that restraining him makes it way worse, specifically on the neck. So the way forward, I'm going to change his control mechanism from a flat collar to a head collar. I'm not going to use a harness because harnesses really were designed to help dogs pull, sled dogs. Head collars are like head collars for horses. Where the head goes, the body follows. So we really need to change the stimulus of the neck pressure when we interact with dogs with Bruno so that it doesn't cause a reaction. You saw in the video, as soon as I put pressure on his collar, he lost it. So I'm gonna completely change that stimulus, switch him to a head collar, and try to work through the reactivity problems again. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is part 1. There are gonna be multiple parts with this. I have him for 4 days. We're gonna do multiple sessions depending on how much time it takes to do each session. Each one might be a video, but we will see. I'll just keep you guys updated, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know in the bottom below if you have any issues with reactivity with your dog. Did you do anything specifically to help your dog overcome them? I would love to hear it. We'll see you next time. Bye.